What's going on YouTube? This is IDCL yet again, and in this video in particular we're going to be talking about none other than the series premiere of Black Jesus, which aired on Adult Swim yesterday, which was August 7th 2014, today being August 8th 2014. We're going to talk about this shit, my first impressions on the show. Now if you seen my other video that I did on Black Jesus about the extended trailer and whatnot, you're probably going to know where I'm coming from in this video. You probably already know where I'm coming from in this video. And I have to say, first and foremost, just to clear the fucking air, this show is funny. It's funny, man. It works. For me, it fucking works. It's funny. Now, from the very first scene before the opening credits even roll, where we have a scene between Slink Johnson, who is playing as Black Jesus. If you don't know who Slink Johnson is, he was the voice of Lamar from GTA 5. You like Lamar, you're gonna love him in this show. And then we have John Witherspoon, who's playing as the bum on the streets, the old bum on the streets, who if you don't know who John Witherspoon is, he played as Pops in the Friday series and as Pops in the Waynesboro TV show. And pretty much Pops damn near everything. He's just a funny, feel-good character that you want to see, that you'd be happy to see on screen. And man, they did their roles perfectly in this opening scene, which is probably my favorite part of the entire episode. It's just, it started off cool, introduces Black Jesus. He walks up to John Witherspoon, old bum, and they just start, they're all talking and whatnot, and then it just turns into a roast, and that shit had me rolling. It was funny as hell. But after that, then the opening credit scenes go up, and then it dives into the episode. We learn that the plot is, and yes, it is this, it's about getting weed. Jesus helping the community get weed. They're hitting hard on the first episode, y'all. Now, first and foremost, if you're a real religious person and you are very sensitive about the topic of Jesus Christ and religion period, then you might want to steer away from this show, because it's really, you gotta either have a strong understanding of satire and be religious, or you just have to ignore this shit if you don't have an understanding of satire comedy, because that's exactly what this is. It's all satire comedy, and it's just worked in perfectly. It's putting Jesus Christ as a black person in a more relatable area to the urban world. And it's crazy. It's pretty crazy how it worked out on the show. Now, the show is gaining huge controversy. It was gaining that shit before the show even started, but now it's being boycotted. I can't put my finger on who the group is or the organizations, but it is being boycotted, and of course it's because of what the subject is. It's about Jesus Christ as you know, a figure that's, like, I guess to them it's too down to earth, because he's doing everything in this shit. There's profanity in this show. There's drinking. There's violence. Well, there ain't violence. We haven't seen any violence quite yet, but there's drinking and whatnot. There's use of drugs, all sorts of shit in this show, and they just talk to Jesus as a normal person, as anybody, you know what I'm saying? But it's really on a, I feel like it's on a down to earth level, but it does have its blasphemous you know, content in it if you're a religious person. Now, me in particular, I do have my beliefs and whatnot, but I know how satire comedy works. If you watch South Park, you understand shit like this. If you watch Chappelle's show, you understand shit like this. And this is really where that's really the bunch that you would throw this show into. The South Parks and the Chappelle shows and whatnot. They're pushing buttons. They're seriously pushing buttons. But this show is pushing hard because it's dealing, the whole center of it is about Jesus Christ, which is a very sensitive topic anywhere, pretty much. But yeah, as far as the show, it's funny, man. I feel that it is really funny. Now, I don't know if it'll get canceled or not. I feel like it might be on the wrong network for what it's talking about. I feel like this show should be on Comedy Central, so it can just let out all it wants to let out, because on Adult Swim, you gotta understand, it's Adult Swim. They have a lot of explicit shit on there too. They've pushed buttons too on a lot of shows, but they still share this network with Cartoon Network, which is, you know, a kids network or whatnot, or, you know, a teen network. And I feel like it should have been on Comedy Central, but who knows how it's gonna turn out. I hope it doesn't get canceled, because I think it's real funny, and it's really it's dope how they get the cast to flow with each other. I feel like this is a way more free flow show than the TV shows that we have today, as far as sitcoms and comedies and whatnot. Because in today's sitcoms, I feel like they're just reading scripts and hoping that people laugh. In this show, it feels so genuine, especially with Slink Johnson playing as Black Jesus. He's real free flow. Everything he says is just, it's funny. Like if you play GTA 5 and you know Lamar in the game, it's pretty much the same type of person, but just, you know, a little different on this show. And it's funny to me. And they get to introduce us to new characters and whatnot as the show goes on. We Corey Holcomb's in it, Charlie Murphy's in it, King Batch of YouTube and Vine is in it, a couple of more characters in it that I can't put my finger on, but I've seen them all before. And it's just funny. I think it's gonna be a really good show as far as the comedic aspect. Now, like I said, if you're religious and you're sensitive about shit like this, you might want to steer away from it, because it can offend you. But yeah, if you like the comedic aspect of the show, you're gonna love it. But anyway, this is me just dropping my first impressions on the show. I think it was pretty damn funny. It was a good series premiere. This entire fucking episode, I mean, this one episode was more funny than it was funnier than the entire 4th season of the Boondocks, in my opinion, which was absolute horrid compared to the first 3 seasons of the Boondocks. And we all know why, because Aaron McGruber wasn't there. But now he's here on this show, and I think this show is going to be real funny throughout. But anyway, this is dropping my first impressions. This is IDCL. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe if you haven't already. I'm out. Peace.